Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game Night. My name is Tracy, in case you don't know. In case you're new to this channel, I am inviting you to, of course, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. I am 897 away from 1,000. 1,000 subscribers is my new goal for 2023. And normally, for those of you that don't know what game night is, it's something that I do every Friday at this time. And we just play online games. Obviously, there's not going to be a game night tonight because I am the only one here. But I decided I'm going to talk about some topics. And if you don't catch this live, you can always comment later. So remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, comment. If you come in live, put your comments in the chat section. I will try my best to get to them. I suspect this is going to be a very short show. I'm going to be putting some links in the chat and then showing you all. Definitely, you'll want to visit my website, and my website is tracymediallc.com, and this is how it is spelled, tracymediallc.com. That's my website. That's where you can find all of my videos. I have a lot of them to upload, and I haven't been as good as in terms of updating, but I'm going to do better. So definitely visit my website. You'll see events there. And I didn't put that on my list to talk about, but I'm going to talk about that. I have a big, huge event coming up. Not this month, not next month, not next. It's a little bit down the line, but y'all know how I am. I love to tell people stuff early so they can't say, you never told me. So everything that I talk about can be found at that website right there, tracymediallc.com. I'm hoping that I don't have to look down too much at my phone, but I may have to because there are a couple things here that I want to make sure that I don't miss. I do also want to invite everyone to visit, to send me an email to join my email list. I don't know what's happening to my viewership. For some reason, it's not where I think it should be. I'm not getting nearly the amount of views I was getting 2 weeks ago. I've been promoting on my page, but those views are still down. So if you're even a visitor, watch my videos and subscribe. But for some reason, some people are saying they're not getting my notifications. So if you want to join my email list, I will normally send out an email, a show reminders the day, like the morning of, and we do like 2 live shows and then the Saturday show. So you'll get no more than 5 emails a week, and I will not sell your name. So just send me an email at tracymedia@gmail.com, because again, I've got to get my views back up. Kind of down and bummed out. I'm really looking forward to game night. I was looking forward to talking to people, of course, playing games. But I will continue on because that's what I do. That's what I am good at. I can always make adjustments when I need to. And so I want to talk about the first event. And if I disappear from the screen, I haven't left yet. I'm just getting this exact link because I want to make sure that you all get it, because again, this announcement won't even go up on my YouTube videos for quite a while. So I want you all to, of course, check out my webpage, But go to the our event section. I have an event coming up September 8th and September 9th, and I'm going to tell you now what I'm going to do and what I plan on doing. So, as you can tell, I need better equipment. I'm down to, um, well, one large 18-inch ring light, an 8-inch one, and maybe a, what is that, 5 inches. I can't continue like this. I definitely need a new computer, and I'm definitely looking for some new editing system so that I can make my videos the best that they can be. So, um, I have decided to host a fundraising telethon. That's going to be September the 8th and September the 9th. I'll start at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 8th, and I'll finish out at 8 o'clock in the morning on September the 9th. So we'll probably do a game night from 8 to 10. Then we'll do a bunch of other things. But the reason I mention it is now is because if you have a talent, you can sing, you can, well, I don't know how well you would dance on a live stream, but you can figure that out. Maybe, get a tripod, point it, I don't know. But if you can sing, dance, I guess rap is okay. You're a spoken word artist. I definitely need you to be a part of this because a talent show will be a large portion of it. I'm looking now to see who I can interview for my show then. Um, Tickets are they're at all levels. There's a link for those that cannot attend but still want to support me. And there's, of course, other ways that you can definitely support me. The tickets start at, let's see, I'm trying to get them now so I can tell you. The tickets go on sale May the 1st. So probably around April the 30th, you're going to get some emails from me. So the minimum support starts at $35. And again, that money is going to help me to buy better equipment, some new lights, hopefully a new computer. I have some of what I need. I budgeted like 4,000 for it, but I have maybe five um, saved. So I need some help getting the other 3,000. And so I'll be talking about that telethon in terms of sending bi-weekly emails, but I need your help. I don't like begging for money. It's one of the things I do not like to do. It makes me sick. I don't like to do it. But in this case, 4,000 is hard to come by. Like I said, I have 500 of my own, but we need to get that up in the high 3,000 area so that I can get the equipment and the lights and the editing system that I need. Also, I want you to visit this page. It's still on my page, tracymedia.com but this is the support section. This is all the ways that you can support me. Whether you attend the telethon, Patreon. I still only have 5 Patreon. Please consider being a Patreon. Support starts at $2 a month, goes up to I believe 35. There's going to be some exclusive shows, which I'll talk about here in a moment. But go to that support section. Like I said, I need as much help as I can, especially on the telethon day, because I'm planning on going 10 hours straight. That's going to be a lot for me to do. That means I've got to, one, figure out how in the world I'm going to stay awake I'll probably have to sleep early in the day and then just like crank myself up with coffee. I don't know what I'll do, but I've dedicated myself to doing this telethon. It'll be September the 8th at 8 p.m. and then on in September 9th, 8 a.m. And the tickets and support links will be available May the 1st. I know this is January the 20th, but again, you can't unless I just hit the lottery, which I never play. It's gonna be hard for me to get $3,500 in my hand between now and then, unless I just get some big windfall of dollars. So those are all the commercials. I see we have someone um, watching live, so if you want to say hello, please do. There's some things I want to talk about this evening. And like I said, I suspect this is going to be a very, very short show. Very, very short because I tend to struggle when I'm by myself. Um, it's not good, so I try to make it as, get in quick, get out quick, and just make it in and make it out, and go from there. So I want to talk about, speaking of money, I plan on talking about how can I save money, um, moving tips, new games for game night, and another podcast. Now, the order I named them in doesn't mean that's the order that I'm going to talk about these things in. I may talk about them in order, I may not. But since I said, how can I save money first, I'll talk about that one first. So, if you have this problem, let me know. I have problems. Oh, hello, Theus. Um, I have problems saving money. I don't know what it is. I know I should save. I know every paycheck, I say I'm going to save. I think I started off with like $5, and then I came in and said, no, I need to increase it. I need to decrease it. I don't know what happens. I don't know whether I get oh, look, those are new shoes isms. Um, my initial goal 2 years ago when I started the home buying process was to save enough money for a down payment or something on a down payment. Because 20% of $180,000 is not that. No, I don't have $36,000 laying around and couldn't figure out how to save it in 2 years. But for me, that's always a problem. It's like I tend to be the dipper inner person. Like I'll get to a certain amount. Like I'll get to maybe like $400. And then I start thinking, gee, I sure want to go see a play today. I don't have any money. Oh, yes, I do. I got this savings account. It's not there for like an emergency, like something goes wrong with my car. That's when you should be dipping into it. So if you have like money saving tips, please pass them along to me because I really, really struggle in this. This is like the hardest thing. I even tried that thing where like you have a bank account or like a savings account, but it's not connected to your checking and you can't get into it. And I thought, okay, I'll just get an online savings account. I'll get, deducted from every check and then put it there and tear up the card. No, no, I mean, it still comes out, but no. Um, so I think one of the things I have to do is to start to tell myself, hey, don't touch this unless, like, okay, there's sometimes I have to touch it. If I don't have insulin, okay, it gets tack. I mean, I'm going to go to it if I don't have my medicine. That's something I have to have. I absolutely need it. No question about it. If my car breaks down, um, depending on how I drive, because Uber and Lyft, they're getting a little bit expensive. But since I work at home, I don't drive that much. So I'm like, well, maybe I could just let the car sit and like get my groceries delivered and things like that. But that would be another instance. But I've got to stop going in just every single time I'm doing something like, oh, gee, that popcorn is on sale. Let me use this to get it. No. And so I've even disconnected. I think I did this 3 weeks ago. I disconnected my online savings from my from my regular checking account. They're just two totally separate things, and so now payroll, a portion of my check is put into this account, and I can access it. However, um, I came up with this idea, and anybody watching can tell me if this is a good idea. So they gave me a debit card. So I said, well, if I cut it and didn't really need it, i.e., my insulin or medications, it's going to be hard pressed to get it. Why don't I freeze it? I don't know if that's a good idea, but it's so far it's not bad. I still remember it's in there because I'm like, well, gee, I just go to the freezer, take it out, and I thought, but so I'm thinking that may be like the way that I can make myself save money. It's bad. This is like if I was gonna make a list of where do I need to make improvements, this would be saving money would be the number one thing that I would do. I mean, it's pathetic. I'm just ugh. Let's see. Okay, I'm reading what you're saying, but it's not like getting in my brain. So I'm gonna read this out loud. Pick a bill like your cell phone bill. Open up a free checking account. So you're talking about one in addition to the one that I have. Okay, so I'm guessing you're saying two checking accounts. Set up your job to send money there. If your cell bill is like $40 a month, mine is 100. But okay, if your cell bill is $40 a month, then do a $30 check. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Continue. Do not get a debit card and do not set up online banking. Paper only. Okay, so I thought about that. So you're saying, interpret because I'm getting it. So go to some other bank besides the one that I bank at. Then go there, set up another checking account, not a savings, but a checking account. Then get a portion of my check deposited to that second account, but don't, like, if they offer a debit card, tell them I don't want it. If that's what you're saying, just put a big old yes. Okay, I've tried to. Okay, I'm with the credit union now, um, and um, I'm trying to think of the other one. My problem is I don't like the credit unions here in town. I can't stand them. They have bad customer service, and I'm like, no. But I get what you're saying. But I know I'm not the only person that struggles with saving money. I'm just like, what? Where did I learn these bad habits? I had one bad habit of I just wouldn't exercise. Well, just one day I said, okay, I'm going to join the Y. And I think because I pay for it, that's making me go. Like, that's making me say, okay, I'm paying for this. I got to get up. I got to go because I'm paying for it. And that's making me go. That makes sense. But this saving money, oh my gosh. I can't. It's so hard. I'm going to like lick this and get this conquered. But getting there, oh my goodness. And moving into the home ownership vein and not the I live in an apartment vein, anything could go wrong. My furnace could go out. My roof could cave in. I could have to pay a deductible. And deductibles for home policies don't seem cheap. So I've got to do better. Let's see. You said it exactly right. You don't need customer service. You need inconvenience. Yes, that's what I need. I need to be inconvenienced. Set up automatic for the cell phone. Now you'll never see the money as it saves up. Yeah, I need to be inconvenienced. I definitely need to make it so inconvenient that I can't get to it. It's like I don't want a debit card, don't give it to me, but I'm just gonna keep putting money in it. But okay, but here's my other question. So when I need it, like there's an emergency, like I said, a true emergency, I need my insulin. Do I just physically go to that bank and get the money out and then replace it? I'm assuming that's what you're gonna say, but again, I don't know. Um, just terrible. I'm just a terrible saver. It's awful. Awful, 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 awful. Okay, so enough of that. I thought another comment was coming in. Um, the next thing I want to talk about is I said I was going to talk about new games for game night, but I want to change this subject because I'll do that next week. I want to talk about why I'm sick and tired of every show that I grew up with being rebooted. Could we stop with the reboots? Could we please stop with the reboots? Now it's Night Court. I loved Night Court when I grew up, and now they have a reboot. Like everybody's passed on, unfortunately. The judge guy, the female lawyer guy, lady, the black guy that handed the judge his what? Why? Could we stop with the reboots? This is getting on my nerves. So it started to make me think, what shows, because it seems like they're rebooting everything, but what show is it that I absolutely um, would not want to see? Like, I would literally be upset. Um, oh, yeah, I'm not. I'm going to start out like at maybe $20 a month. I'm not going to go like, I'm going to save $100 a month because then I will start dipping and I want to do that. But I want to talk about some shows that I absolutely don't want to see rebooted. Like, it's a bad idea. And I've heard some little talk about these, and I'm just like, let me go back before I start my shows. Get some original ideas. Come up with some sort of show that's like completely original, or a movie. How many movies have been rebooted? How many shows have been? It's like it's getting on my nerves. Why don't we just reboot songs? Why don't we just get today's singers to mess up classic songs that we all love? Might as well. Um, so here's a couple that I don't want to see rebooted, and I'm going to tell you why. And this is not in any order. It's just how I'm naming them as I'm thinking of them. The Jeffersons. I don't want to see a reboot. Now I know they did like one of those episodes where ABC does it, and they'll like do an episode and get like modern actors to play it. I don't want to see that. Who? I know Jamie Foxx played George Jefferson, but he's not George Jefferson. Sherman Hemsley was George Jefferson. Rest in peace. I don't want to see that. No, don't do the Jeffersons. Do not make the Jeffersons a rebooted show. It won't work. Another show that I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna try it. And I didn't even really like this show, but I, for some reason, found myself watching every now and then, is Mork and Mindy. I can't imagine who would fill the shoes of Robin Williams. Who? Like, he made that role like his own. He like put his stamp on it. And I can see them trying it. I can see them definitely trying to make it a reboot, but I don't think it would work. I mean, the show had basically two characters, Mork and Mindy. I can't even remember, um, like, who else was it? Oh, the baby and the egg thing. I forgot. Um, who was the baby in the egg? When Mindy got pregnant and she had the baby, she was pregnant, but the baby was birthed in an egg. Somebody explain that to me because I'm not quite sure because I didn't really watch the show like that. So Mork and Mindy got married. He must have lied about his name because he had no birth certificate. He wasn't born on planet Earth. But they got married. She got pregnant. Did she appear to be pregnant? Or did the egg just appear and then it was birth? Explain that to me. 'Cause I'm like, But I still don't think um, um, a reboot of Mork and Mindy will work. I'll tell you another one wouldn't work, Family Matters. I do not think that a reboot of Family Matters will work. They could try to do it where Laura and Steven are married and they got kids and they live in the same house. I mean, I wasn't too crazy about this show once it turned into the Urkel show before, so I can't imagine me sitting down and wanting to watch another version of the Urkel show. I just can't. Of course, they made Fuller House, and they're still making Fuller House. No, they're not. Is Fuller House still on? Let me check. I think Fuller House is still on. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my phone. I'm looking on my phone. Is Fuller House still on? Let me ask Google. Is Fuller House still airing? Is the show Fuller House still airing?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Okay, so I was right. This show was off. So it started in February 26, 2016, and its last episode was June the 2nd, 2020. So thank goodness this show has been off for almost 3 years. Don't have to worry about that. I think they tried to remake The Love Boat, but I didn't see that reboot. I didn't even like the original Love Boat. Here's a show. Well, the next show is I liked the show as a child. I can't stand it now, but I still don't think it would work as a reboot. Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island would never. Hey Parker, what's up? Um, Gilligan's Island would never work as a reboot. I mean, they tried it. It was called Lost. Remember that show Lost? They were in the plane and it crashed, and at the end, it was all that they had died in the. No, they tried it. It's like no, don't do no. Stop. Don't do. I can't. Like if they did it like the original show, not like make deviations. I think that's the problem with the reboot. They make like these deviations and they don't realize we like the original show. Let us have that nostalgia. Let us have it. Anybody else have shows that they don't want to see rebooted? You can feel free to put them in the comment section. I'm going to move on to my next show that I absolutely positively would throw a hissy fit at if they ever, and I mean ever, made a reboot Sanford and Son. They better not. They better not make a reboot of Sanford and Son. Let me tell you 5 reasons why. Let me tell you 2 reasons why it wouldn't work. Red Fox. Nobody can play the role of Fred Sanford like Red Fox. He made that role his own. There's no way that they could do it with him as a character unless they picked up some little side story and they did that with that atrocious Sanford arms and that it worked. Let me tell you, I bet not. I bet not see a reboot of Sanford and Son. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go off. No, leave it alone. Let us remember how great that show was. Let us be happy in it. So far, I've said that Gilligan's Island, I wouldn't want to see a reboot. I don't want to see a reboot of Full House slash Family Matters. I don't want to see a reboot of Mork and Mindy. I can't remember the first show that I said. Um, they are bad. That's the thing. They are bad, Parker. Thank you. It's like they can, like, think of something else. Like, sit down and think, gee, has anybody thought of this idea? And if you can name the show, you probably don't want to. So what was the, if you guys can remember the first show I named, that's bad. I was just like, wait a minute. I said something. I know I said, what did I say before? I'll have to watch it back. Because I'm like, I can't remember the first show I said. The next show, I better, and I say I bet not on Sanford and Son, if they remake this show and reboot this show with the original characters and they get modern actors to play them, I think there's going to be protests. You bet not. You better leave I Love Lucy alone. You better leave I Love Lucy alone. That wasn't, no, Rock was different because he was a junk man and he was married and he was kind of successful, but he was like low middle class. Nah, I'm going to disagree with that one. But let me tell you something. Don't you touch I Love Lucy. Don't you touch I Love Lucy. You better leave it alone. You better leave it alone. I'm telling you now, if you do it, there are going to be thousands of people that will protest this. This is a stupid idea. This show, I Love Lucy, has never been out of airing. You can find it anywhere. Parker, no, you did not. Say I Love Lucy. No, no. You leave it alone. You don't touch it. You stay away from I Love Lucy. You stay away from it. You don't. If you thought, even if you thought, oh yeah, let's just get a new version. No, 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 no. You listen. Look at my face. You stay away from I Love Lucy. You stay away from it. You stay away from it. And one more time before I get to the next show, you stay away from it. I'm gonna name my next show, but I got some comments that came in. They won't allow new creative people to get a shot because it's unproven. But that's what made those shows. Think about the shows that we loved when we were growing up. We love shows like, I don't know if anybody watched Chica on the Man, Sanford and Son. I'm going to get to my next show here in just a moment. They're unproven. That's why they have those things called pilots. You air the pilot, and then you see, oh, well, do people like it? And if they do, you order more episodes. Wait a minute. I know nobody did not do this mess. See, what you want to do, is get banned. Don't you never, ever disparage the awesomeness, and I mean the awesomeness, of I Love Lucy. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, see, that was one episode and it was a playful slap. Why we gotta do this? Why we gotta do this? Junk man, garbage man, is not that far off. Okay, so the next show that I do not want to see rebooted is All in the Family. Like, I'm picking, all my shows are from the 70s. But because they pretty much rebooted all the stuff in the 80s. Well, Family Matters is not 80s. I mean, Family Matters is not the 70s. Don't reboot All in the Family. Do not. No, I don't want to see it. No. There's a couple of more, but now we got 3 people watching. If they could put shows in there, and then I could discuss those. But basically, come up with some new ideas. And it's bad, now they're talking about, in some senses, movies can kind of get away with it more because, like a movie musical. Well, if you see the stage version, that was written to be performed by different actors. So it's okay that you will see a musical one time um, with one cast, and then you'll go to another theater company. They do the same play and they have a different set. It's okay when a play or movie does it because it's like not as bad. Wait a minute, I just saw something here. 704 Hauser Street. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that show. Oh my gosh. Oh. How did I forget? See, that's how bad that show was. I literally forgot. Oh. But some movies, no. Like, they'll remake the Batman movies. They'll just, they'll reboot them. And they'll get like a different actor. Like now the guy that plays Superman has said, I'm not gonna be coming back to movies. So they're gonna cast a new Superman. So that's you expect those type of roles to be recasted and reimagined. But we got some more comments coming in. That's Archie Bunker, right? Mr. Bigotry. Yes. Yeah, it was. It was like, and Marlon, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't 704 Hauser Street like he was bigoted, but of course John Amos is black? And you can answer that question whenever you have time. Three's Company was great and could still do a reboot. Not the Hillbillies, though. Okay, I'm going to disagree and then agree. No, Three's Company could not do a reboot. 2 words, John Ritter. Period. No, absolutely not. No. No. I will agree, though, leave the Beverly Hillbillies alone. That's another show. First of all, I don't think that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Marlon. I don't think that the Beverly Hillbillies would. I don't think any of the shows so far, like Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, All in the Family, that wouldn't work in the super sensitive generation because these millennials, I don't mean to be talking about y'all, but y'all sensitive. I'm like, ooh. I mean, some of the stuff that, like, there was an episode of Sanford and Son, they dropped the N-bomb at least 5 times in the episode. At least. You couldn't drop it one time, and these times here, They did a reboot of The Twilight Zone? Oh, gosh. Ugh. No. You know what? I'm going to say this. I didn't like Twilight Zone. I mean, it just, and you're talking about that one with, it was black and white, and then they go, I did not like that show. I did not. But, there's always, it was with Jordan Peele. See, I don't watch none of his stuff, so I'm like, oh no. Green Acres, they could reboot. Green Acres could kind of, sort of, maybe work as a reboot. Maybe. If the right people wrote it and they kept, like, the same characters, I think Green Acres could work. Maybe. But I haven't watched Green Acres in so many years. I'm trying to think of that one show. It is insensitive to refuse, ignore racism, spousal abuse, and negative stereotypes. Yeah, but I think you're talking about when I said they can't drop the N-bomb. Like I said, there was an episode of Sanford and Son I watched. They literally dropped the N-bomb like 5 times. I don't think if a show came on CBS that they could drop it one time. Or no, that was an NBC show. Yeah, if they came on NBC, they're not going to let that air now. They did then, but they will not now. That's what I mean by when I say sensitive. Um, Now movies, like I said, movies can work as reboots because you know you have the superhero genre where they're casting different actors and reimagining the story. Those work fine, kind of. But then there's some movies I'm like, why do y'all want to make? And I want to say this movie, but I don't want a tangent going on about the movie. But I'll put it this way: the movie came out in 1939, and it's about a little girl who has a dream about a wicked witch. That's all I'll say. I don't think you could do it. Not in the way that they did it then. Now, some movies I don't care about. If they wanted to do like Gone with the Wind, never seen it, don't know what it's about, so don't care. I don't care if they remake. I do. I'll tell you which one I don't want to see. I don't want to see another Godfather movie. Thank goodness Godfather 3 was like the last one. Because it was, I didn't want to say the title of the movie because y'all know how y'all go off about when I say the title of the movie. So it's about a little girl and a witch. Coming to America was great. I know you're talking about just the first one, right? The first one was fantastic. Second one, I refuse to see. I'm not going to see it. No, why? Why am I going to go see Coming to America 2? Why? I don't get it. And now he's making Beverly Hills Cops, or what was that other movie? Not Beverly Hills Cop. What's that other movie Eddie Murphy's now remaking? Where he's the police? Yeah, it's Beverly Hills Cop. Has to be the one he played a police officer. Or no, because he played a police officer in 2 movies. It was, okay, so Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy played a police officer. But there was another movie where he played a police officer, but it was him as the black cop, and then Nick Nolte was the white cop. What was that movie called? What was that movie called? I cannot think of it. It's like I can't think of it. What's the name of that Eddie Murphy movie with Nick Nolte and they was cops? And like Eddie Murphy was like the new guy and Nick Nolte was like the curmudgeon. Oh, somebody help me throw it but the title. See, this is why I didn't want to say the movie. This mess right here. 48 hours, thank you. Yeah, now he's remaking 48 hours again. I know Norbit was a terrible movie. I know Nutty Professor 1, 2, and 8. They were terrible. I get it. Ghost Dad. No, that was Bill Cosby. That was Bill Cosby. He wasn't. Well, the movie where he was in the haunted house. Blah blah blah. Okay. So he's training dogs. Oh boy. See, this is why I didn't want to bring up that movie. This mess right here. Oh no. No. So as it heads to 9 o'clock, I'm on here way longer than I thought. I thought maybe this would be like a 15-minute show. But I'm trying to think of another movie. I don't want to see another Scarface. Well, actually I did see another Scarface. It's called New Jack City. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a movie that's so iconic that I can't possibly imagine it being redone. And the problem I think with reboots, especially with the TV reboots, is they add characters. Wait a minute. They add characters that weren't in the original show. So if you have nostalgia for, let's just pick a terrible show I didn't like, One Day at a Time. I didn't like the first one. I couldn't stand it. It was boring. It was terrible. I mean, shut up. You're a single mother. You got 2 daughters. Blah, 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 blah. And how all them people live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Her 2 daughters, I could see. But then they had the husband and the husband's son. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's a terrible show. Why would I want to see a reboot of that show? Why? Why? And then, the original show took place in Indianapolis, and they always talked about Indianapolis, but they never like named any streets in our city. I'm like, y'all can at least use a real street, but never mind that. So they made a reboot. It was with Rita Moreno, and this time they changed it from a white family to a Latin family, and it lasted maybe a year. And that's because people were familiar, not because we're saying that Latin actors can't act. We don't want to say that. I'm not saying that. But people were so familiar with the past show and had built up nostalgia with that show that they couldn't imagine a new show with this whole new cast. And that's the same thing that happened to the Murphy Brown reboot. That's the same thing that happened with, again, Fuller House. Um, um, the only reboot that I know I haven't watched, I refuse to watch the Night Court reboot. I will not. I will not. I'll tell you another show back on TV shows I don't want to see as a reboot, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think, just cross off the Cosby Show reboot. The Cosby Show reboot ain't gonna happen. A Cheers reboot is not gonna happen. They might do a Friends reboot. I don't want to see a Living Single reboot. Just leave the reboots alone. Let's see. Hold on. Me and My Two Dads was fun. I think you're talking about the show where the girl, she was born and it was two possible dads. That show's called My Two Dads. And like the DNA test couldn't determine which one of the two was the father, so they both decided to raise her. That show was called My Two Dads. Three Men and a Baby would be a good show, but Eeple would scream gay. Okay, explain this one. I think you're saying Three Men and a Baby would be a good show, but people would scream gay. Why would they scream gay? Okay, just explain it, because I'm not getting this one. My brain isn't connecting what you're trying to say. The Jurassic Park. Wait a minute, Parker. There was a Jurassic Park reboot? Was that a movie or a TV show? Oh, wait a minute. Now we done got a guest done flipped himself in here. I can't come. I'm going out.
And I've been out. And we did out. We're out. Hey, everybody. Y'all miss me? I missed y'all. Well, you can tell the difference between last week and this week. I can tolerate Tracy. All you can say, boy. Couldn't do that last week.
Parker just said there was a Jurassic Parks reboot. I'm sitting there like, what? Was that show Jurassic World a TV show or a movie?
A movie.
Oh, well, movie reboots, I already said you could do those, because all you gotta do is change like a little, change a couple little things here and there. Like the same actor that played Batman, Michael Keaton started out, then they got Val Kilmer, then they got George Clooney, then they got Ben Affleck, and then they got this new guy that I can't name, the Twilight guy, and he played Batman and the Batman, or whatever that was.
That was supposed to be Batman Year One, I guess. Cause, yeah, what movie is this?
No, this is saying Three Men and a Baby would work as a TV show, but people would scream gay, and I didn't know what he was meaning by that, so he's explaining to me what he means by that. People would they would insist the show is about home. I mean, people, yeah, they would. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, thank you for explaining that. But I'm just like, I don't. And now they're talking about a sister reboot. Like, no, I didn't like the original. Why?
Okay, so they rebooted Night Court,
which I refuse to watch.
I'll watch it. I forgot it was on. I got to put it on my thing. I'll watch any show once before I say, yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is bad. You know, and the funny thing about it is because if they have rebooted Hawaii Five-0,
which is terrible, and I actually watched it.
Really
terrible. I love the original. I love the dun 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 dun.
They kept the same music.
I know, but they didn't have Jack Lord in there, so there.
I love the reboot. I wasn't gonna watch the original, but they rebooted
Magnum PI. Terrible. First of all, you was not Tom Selleck. You not 6 feet tall.
Okay.
You not a dreamboat.
You literally cannot watch a reboot because they don't have the original people on there.
But there's a nostalgia. When you build up nostalgia for a show, you're connecting to those characters. I don't want to see some new fool.
We'd never have a reboot then.
That would be perfectly fine. That would be perfectly fine with me.
Hawaii Five-0 was good.
And it's off. Not on anymore. Next.
It's been on for 8 years. Ain't but so much you can do with the show. See, that's what I mean. It was a good show, but it was terrible. That show was on for 8 years.
Didn't care for it. And I actually watched that show. So I'm like, no.
I know one thing. Please do not do any more Superbad Lois, Superbad Junior, Superbad and them. And I don't want any more Superbad TV
You're always
shows.
going to get.
Which is funny because we literally have a Superbad and Lois TV show right
Lois
now.
and Clark?
Was it Lois and Clark? Yeah.
With Dean Cain, the super conservative like
Oh, no. This is the hearing. What is it? Superbad? I think it's Lois and Superbad.
Oh, Parker wants to know Cheers. Cheers with a diverse cast might work, but they gotta have Norm in it. Because without Norm, it's gonna be like why am I watching this? It could almost work. You know what show could work? A Different World. A Different World reboot could actually work. But you put them in a real historically black college and not some fake stuff like Hillman. There ain't no college.
Here's the deal with these reboots of comedies, which irks me greatly. But you will make A Different World more realistic, but you'll make it more of a drama, just like you did The Fresh Prince.
Bel Air.
It takes the taste out of the show. Like, yeah, we know this will be really tragic if this happened. I don't care. The show was funny.
I refused to watch Bel Air when I found out Uncle Phil wasn't fat.
Bel Air?
Yeah. I was like, Uncle Phil ain't fat. Never mind, I ain't watching.
They'll do the same thing. They would do the same thing to A Different World. They'll make it more drama than comedy.
Okay, you can answer that question.
Yep. See me tomorrow. Cliff was better than.
No, he wasn't. Nah, Norm was the one that got all the laughs.
Nah, Norm was the man. Cliff got on my nerves.
He did. Like, dude, you always wearing that post. I know you work for the post office, but dang, dude, you got other clothes you can wear.
And the post office thing that we going through right now, it's too close to home. Leave Different World alone. You will become
Saved by the Bell. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, they did do well.
They did do Saved by the Bell. They did Saved by the Bell the college years, and they did Saved by the Bell the new class. Both of them garbage. Garbage.
And they did Saved by the Bell on Netflix.
Peacock, and that was terrible.
Oh, that was. I'll take your word for it. I wasn't gonna watch it.
I'm like,
I guarantee you, I wasn't gonna watch that show.
Like when Screech died in real life, I'm like, what? I ain't got no reason to watch this. None.
I didn't watch the show because of Screech.
Oh, I watched this show because of Screech.
That dude was a dirtbag in real life.
I mean, I don't know what he was in real life, but I know his character.
He was a dirtbag in real life. He was a disgusting individual in real life. Nope, he did. I know I'm being quiet here. I'm trying to think of what was the show that was on Netflix that they rebooted. Oh, come on. The
I'm
dad, the brother-in-law, the three girls, the Olsen twins,
Fuller House. I already
Fuller
talked
House.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, that piece of garbage. That's been off.
The first two, 3 seasons, the first 2 or 3 seasons was good.
The show was only on for
the
4.
first 2.5 seasons was good. Then you started noticing that, hey, we're saying the same stuff over and over again. Like,
Hey, dude.
Yeah. So,
Like, and then there's shows like I said, you better not ever don't you touch Sanford and Son, literally, because I keep thinking who could play Fred Sanford? Who? There's nobody that had the skill set of Red Fox. Nobody.
I have somebody, but he's dead. But I have the perfect person. I just can't remember his name right now.
Don't say Bernie Mac, because he could have did
Bernie Mac would have been a fantastic Fred Sanford.
But Bernie Mac is no longer with us.
But
Rest
he
in
would have
peace.
killed that role. Every generation deserves their own new memory to grow up and be nostalgic about. But all we get is old stuff.
You know what show?
It isn't that, Theus. It's the fact that even when you try to bring these shows back on,
they changed it so much.
You change it so much.
It's like what?
Why did you make Fresh Prince of Bel-Air a drama? Like, it was a comedy. We grew up on the comedy. It was funny. We had dramatic things added to it, but the whole show wasn't dramatic.
Why wasn't Uncle Phil fat? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that too.
I'm like, but that and Jeffrey. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Well, we don't know if we'll see you tomorrow, but have a good evening.
See this.
But now they talking about a half and half remake. The show was okay, but not good. Just get original ideas.
I thought Sister was okay.
Nah, that show was terrible. Terrible twin show. It was the same thing.
I would literally have to take your word for it because I ain't watched that show either.
It was somebody thought one twin was the other one.
Say that again?
It was like a person would think that the one twin was the other twin every single week. Like, shut up.
I didn't watch Fuller House. The only memory I have of the original Fuller House.
Yes, but Parker, what are you, 15? Like, come on. You ain't even know enough to be in
Dang. Parker, don't take that, Parker. Don't take that.
Parker is way younger than I am, which makes him way younger than you are.
Don't take that from somebody whose favorite horror movie is The Wizard of Oz. Don't take that from nobody.
Listen to him. He ain't even old enough to vote barely. Barely.
Wow.
Barely.
I got your back, Parker. Don't worry about it.
Barely.
I'm back at full force. So
but you know what? Reboot, and I did not think I was going to be on this subject that long. That did work. I hated the original. I hated all the incarnations of it, but it worked. Star Trek. Star Trek The Next Generation worked. I don't know how they made it work. They kept like some parts of it, they like had the Vulcan people, but they didn't have like Captain Kirk, Spock, the doctor with the Scottish accent, and
because the original Star Trek didn't stay on but a season.
Ha, Parker, I know. 23. That means I'm twice your age. Literally. I am twice your age. When you were born, I was 25. Oh my gosh, I just aged myself. Woo!
Sure did. The original Star Trek show this.
Yes, I did say you were 15, Parker. I was joking. Don't be mad at me. Come on my shows, please. Because I need people to talk to. Yeah, the original Star Trek was on like 3 years.
Really?
I thought. Let me ask Google. How long was Star Trek on for?
3 seasons.
Yep.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, Star Trek, American television science fiction series that ran on NBC for only 3 seasons but that became one of the most popular brands in the American entertainment industry.
It sure is.
That reboot worked. And that's because they stayed true to the Space Odyssey, blah, blah, blah part. They brought in new characters, but they were still tied to the old characters. These reboots be bringing in the fashion designer who has a rival. I'm like, where'd you come from? Who is you?
The original series, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager,
The cartoon.
Enterprise.
You cannot forget the cartoon.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Everybody on the face of the planet. They should.
Why did they make that a cartoon? They just sit there and thought, you know what, we
But
gonna
because
do.
if you think about it, back then they tried to make, being lazy, they tried to make everything a cartoon. Mr. T had a cartoon.
Wait a minute, don't you
Norris
speak against Mr. T the cartoon? That
Mr.
was
T
awesome.
had a cartoon. Chuck Norris had a cartoon.
That was
Jackie
terrible.
Chan had a cartoon.
Roseanne.
The Addams Family had a cartoon. Addams
But
Family had 2 cartoons, honestly.
And they get started on Scooby-Doo.
Everybody started on Scooby. I started on Scooby-Doo at one point in my life, and how far is that a lie? Because everybody, Batman and Robin,
Harlem Globetrotters. Sandy Duncan.
Everybody was on that
They
show.
just happened to run into Dick Van Dyke. Oh, okay.
When they did Sonny and Cher, it was time to turn.
Cass Elliot. Like, for real, yeah?
Yep. But, yeah, so they made a cartoon out of anything.
The Jackson 5 had a cartoon.
Jackson 5 had a cartoon.
The Beatles.
Bo Jackson.
Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky, all-stars.
Wayne Gretzky had a cartoon.
All-stars.
MC Hammer had a cartoon.
Hammer Man. Hammer Man. Hammer.
So stupid.
The shoe. Like, nobody's so... Like, you know, most superheroes, the people in the shows are stupid. They don't know that Superman and Clark Kent are the same. They don't know Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same. They don't know Diana and Wonder Woman are the same. They're just dumb. But them people, they both wore glasses. They were the same height. I'm like, y'all gotta be joking. Y'all gotta be joking. The shoes.
I heard a joke the other day about Batman. I don't know if I want to say
that white privilege is his power. No, if it's got profanity.
No, it ain't. No. Why do Batman's mask don't cover his whole face?
Because he's got to show everybody he's white.
He got to make sure that the police know that he's still white. Yes. What about the Star Wars reboot where they all excited when the prequels first came out?
That prequel was not terrible. It was not
terrible.
Terrible.
I have not watched a Star Wars movie of any kind.
Oh, the Star Wars reboots. Oh, yeah. I only watched The Empire Strikes Back. I thought he was talking about Star Trek. Empire Strikes Back. Oh,
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
That was one. I only watched the first one. I'm like, I can't.
No. There is another one coming out.
Yep. This is why.
With Harrison Ford. Yep.
Oh my gosh, just why?
I just saw it the other day.
You know who else had a cartoon? John Candy. I just thought about it. He was a Camp
Candy. Camp Candy, yep.
Eddie Murphy. No, he didn't have a cartoon. Eddie Murphy had a live action animation show, but it was not a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
It was not a cartoon. It was like the California Raisins. It was like movement.
When he was a landlord?
No, when he was.
Oh, the super, not the land. When he was a super.
That's not a cartoon.
That was.
That's like live. And it's animated, but it's not a cartoon because not all cartoons are animation.
That was animated.
And think about how many reboots of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, I get what you're saying now. Okay, yeah. That
It was not a
literally not a
cartoon.
cartoon. Okay.
Think of all the reboots of Scooby Doo, the Flintstones that they actually did. I'm like, there was Scooby Doo, Where Are You? A pup named Scooby Doo,
When did
Scooby
they
Doo and
reboot
Dynamite.
Flintstones?
The Flintstones. You've never heard of the Flintstone Kids
They
and the
did it.
Pebbles and Bam Bam show?
I thought
I
it.
didn't-
So wasn't there 3 of them? Yeah, because I remember when the kids grew up.
Yeah, they grew up. Pebbles and Bam Bam got married, and then they had their own kids. But then it was another one where Fred and Barney was like, basically, it was like Wilma and Betty just went off shopping or something. I forget what that one was called. But yeah, there's been like a ton of reboots on the Flintstones. There's been a quadrillion reboots on Scooby Doo. But those are basically the only two.
Harrison Ford is 80 years old. I can't believe he's doing it. Yeah, told you. They are bringing back Indiana Jones.
But is it gonna be his son or is it gonna be him?
No, it's him. It is him. He's in the movie. He's doing
Maybe it's gonna be like him telling the story, and he not gonna be doing no like stunts or nothing. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that'll be it.
You're gonna have to look it up because he's in one of the places that he's in where they were versed at. Remember when he was the first movie where the guy came out with the knives and was doing all this and doing backwards flip, and he just pulled out the gun and shoot him. So now it reversed where he got his whip out in front of all these people that look like in a boardroom, and he got his whip. Come on, yeah, come on, and all 50 guys just pulled their gun out and pointed at him. That's him at 80.
But he just standing there. He's not like jumping tables and
Oh well, none of
sliding
them
under doors.
tables or anything, but yeah,
Yeah, that's different. I'm trying to think of one last more before I turn this in. This turned into an interesting discussion. I'm just like, I can't with these reboots.
I try to bring the joy.
Oh, so everybody remember, because yeah, I'm gonna be shutting this down here in a few moments. Remember to put your name on my mailing list because again, my views have gone down. I don't know what happened, but put your name on my mailing list so I can email you every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, and every Saturday. That is how I will do it. But I won't put your name on there unless you tell me to, because I'm tired of emailing random people and don't nobody watch. So just send me an email and get added to my mailing list. Marlon, tell everybody where they can find you.
You ain't got another show?
I'll do mine at the end.
You can find me tomorrow, Saturday night. Why am I say Saturday Night Live? Saturday Night Vibe tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Radical Truth to Power this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so everybody remember tomorrow, Saturday, you'll get another episode of the Saturday Show where I think I'm either gonna rank my favorite cereals or talk about things that I've learned from packing and moving. One or the other, I don't know yet. It'll depend on how I feel because I have some cleaning to do tomorrow. And I mean clean.
Please do.
No, it's gonna depend. I might rank. I'm definitely wanting to rank my cereals, so I probably will maybe do that. I don't know yet. Join us Tuesday as we interview Michael Cooper, candidate for Portage City Council from the Green Party of Indiana. He'll be our guest on Tuesday. Remember to like this video. Please share this video. Please share this video.
Give us a show, or you literally gonna make it the last thing before you?
No, I'm gonna click off. Shut up! I'm trying to tell everybody to like my show.
Okay. Well, let me say this real quick. What's the reason why I jumped on anyway? Nobody on the face of the planet wants to reboot I Love Lucy. Nobody wants to see a woman get beat by her husband. You don't mute yourself, Tracy. Jeez.
Oh, yes, Parker. We are still doing the Say What Awards. They are going to be the 28th. We will take the 28th. So if you want to be in that again, and I will remember to record, we're going to do the Say What Awards the 28th. Let me backtrack that.
Don't beat your wives. No
That
matter
was
if
a
you're
playful slap.
Even if you're a Cuban music, a playful slap. And by the way, did you talk about it happened one time? He did it in the middle of one of his shows.
It was one time. It was a playful slap, and who to say she didn't enjoy it? Thank you. Anyway,
that's abuse.
We're gonna be taping the Say What Awards the 28th, which is 8 days from today. So if you join my email mailing list, you'll get a definite link on that. Remember to subscribe to the channel. I am 897 subscribers away from 1,000. 1,000 is the goal this year. 897 away. Thank you all for joining me. Hopefully next week we'll have some games to play. If not, I'll just keep talking until somebody tells me to shut up. I'll see you all later. Have a great evening, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.